All right, I got two pairs of Jordan 4 SB Navies on deck, bruh. One of them came from Nike. The other pair is a UA pair, but really shockingly close to the real deal. Today we're gonna take a dive in, man, to see what the differences are between the two. And more importantly, does it even freaking matter? I don't know, man. But let's get into it. All right, man. So here's the deal, right? There has been more information surfacing, from these manufacturers in China exposing how a lot of the same factories are producing both the retail pair and the UA products, right? The same machines, same hands, same everything, but once the brands take them, we hit with the crazy markups. Now, again, this really is nothing new to the sneaker world, but these manufacturers have came with receipts. This all stems from the US China trade war and the tariffs and all of that crazy stuff. And brands had to find ways to maintain their margins, which is always the key, right? And guess who pays the difference? We do. You damn right. We pay the difference. But yeah, we got a few questions to ask, man, and we gonna take the comparison between these two pair of sneakers, right? One possibly the UA and one the Rep. Nah, I'm just kidding. This is the pair that came from sneakers, and this is the pair that came from China. The link will be down below, man, if you curious about these. But let's get into it, bruh. Let's start off by talking about the box. Yeah, the boxes, right? Upon further review, there's not really anything that much difference between the two, right? If I had to guess, right, if I didn't know any better, I would say, yeah, these are pretty damn close, right? But the noticeable difference is the color on the UA box is slightly darker than the one that came from Nike. Now, keep that in the back of your head because that seems to be a running theme when we talk about the shoe. And talking about that, the white on here is a shade darker on the UA pair than the pair that came from Nike. Now, if you didn't have these pairs side by side, you wouldn't really be able to notice it, but it's definitely there. Will you get spotted in the wild with these? Probably not. But let's get into some of the other key differences in between these shoes, right? The stitching. The stitching on the UA pair actually in some spots is actually better than the pair that came from Nike. That's crazy, right? Again, does it bear credence to what these manufacturers are saying? I don't know, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Now, this is where it gets just a little tricky. And yeah, I had to get a little close to you, kind of reach out and touch you a little bit. But this is where it gets a little tricky, right? I'm going to see if we can get this on camera, right? The pair that came from Nike, bruh, I got glue stains on here. On the UA pair, spotless, right? But I didn't even notice it when I did my initial review of the SB Navies, the pair that came from Nike that I hit on the shock drop or the scratch off, whatever I want to call it, right? The new way of them beating bots. So let's get in here, man. Let's see right there. You see here? That's crazy on the pair that came from Nike. I didn't notice this until I sent it to a couple people and I asked them to tell me what pair that they thought was the real pair, and crazily, they all picked the UA pair over the retail pair for this one reason here. And that's when I was made aware of it. Because again, I didn't notice it initially. But again, man, the UA pair, we're gonna look at the same shoe. This is the left shoe, and this is the UA pair, and there's nothing there, bro. It's clean. Now, another difference here between the two is this has a more of a, and you probably can't tell this on camera, maybe you can see it now, but that's more of a matte finish on the UA pair on the blue, and this one is more shiny on the pair that came from Nike. So again, man, subtle differences between the two. All right, so let's look at the heel tab on these things, right? And you look at the two, right? The heel tab on the UA pair is ever so slimmer than the pair that actually came from Nike. Now, who's really gonna notice that unless they got a pair of freaking calipers out or you have them side by side? You're not gonna really notice that. So again, the differences between the two are negligible at best. Now, here is another difference that we got, bruh. And I don't really pause the video and you figure it out before I tell you. All right, so the webbing where the freaking webbing goes down to meet the toe box, bruh, is a slightly different shape, and you could tell that here. Again, not a red flag unless you're doing a side-by-side comparison like this. This is the pair that came from Nike. This is the UA pair. And here they go side by side. And you can see that it's different. It's definitely there. But again, this is a size 12 and this is a size 13. So for me, man, the UA pair really holds its own in talking about the quality. Now, if you can get past the color difference, yeah, and you really only notice it when you're holding it side by side. So that's the really only hang up that I have with these, man. It's crazy. But again, does that hold any credence to what these manufacturers were saying about, yo, we make these, and they can talk trash about them all they want, but we make them, we send them to them, and there you go, $220 pair of sneakers, just like that. So, like, really, man, other than the color differences, sure, the structural tweaks, I get it, minor but negligible at best, right? The quality, though, from the stitching to the glue work in the UA pair, bruh, it's really all there. I'm not caping, but hear me out. Look, I get it. I get it. I seriously get it. Talking about UAs can be a very, very touchy subject for a lot of people. For myself and most others, it's always retail or nothing. But with the news coming out about these prices and they getting out of hand and the new information ish that dropped from these manufacturers, and again, they came with receipts, it's really worth asking the question. If you can't hit for retail and you don't want to pay upwards of $500 for resale, and you might even get a pair of UAs when you pay that resale price, are UAs really on the table? Is it? Or are you officially buying what's only backed by Nike? Or are you just in it for the love of the sneakers, period? I like them. I like the color. It's just a shoe. That's where you're at with it. Let me know down in the comment section. I really want to hear from you all, man. Are UA strictly a no-go? Or does the quality speak for itself? Let's keep it respectful in the comment section, because I want to have a honest conversation about how you feel about UAs versus the real versus the markup versus what you could get the shoe for. I'm digressing again, right? But I'm just asking the question, bruh. Let's have a conversation about this, man. Very, very interested to see what you guys think about the current state of the sneaker market with UAs, tariffs, the high markups, the price that Nike is steadily going up to, and the quality is steadily going down. Let me know in the comment section, bro. And just so you know, the UA pair was sent over for review and comparison. I did not purchase these. I did not agree to make a review and say that this shoe was great. It was strictly for comparison purposes because that's what we do here on the set. If you are curious though, I will drop a link below to where these came from if you want to venture off into the land of UAs. Because again, we just did a side-by-side comparison of the two, and I'll let you make that determination on your own. No pressure, no promo. I don't get kickbacks because that's just not my bag. I'm just here for the transparency. That's what we do here on the set, man. We for the people. We give you the information and you do what you want to do with it when you want to use it. I'm your host, Money Matt, with a sneaker comparison between the UA pair and the pair that came from officially Nike off the shock drop of the SB4 Navies. Yeah, I really like this shoe though. I really like the SB4s, but drop me a comment, man. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out, man. Really goes a lot to help us continue to grow here on the set, because if you've been watching any of the content recently, you know I ain't got no damn job. And this is my job full time now. So, yeah. Help your boy out, man. Drop a like, drop a comment, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Don't cost you a thing, just hit the ding. I'm your boy Money Man. I'm gonna get on out of here, folks. You enjoy the rest of your day, as I will do as well. Peace. On a wish list, parents need a clue. The set's got the answers, all brand new. So hit that subscribe button, join the fam.